Hi, I'm Chris Cunningham. I'll be your professor for Math 120 this semester online. Stuff about me: I live in Elgin, downtown, kind of by the casino by Festival Park. Um, I'm looking forward to it getting warmer so I can go biking again. I don't know. We don't really have an intro day because it's an online class, so we'll just get into it as fast as we can. Um, the main thing that I'll be doing for you this semester is answering your questions and grading your work. It's really important in this class that you find a way to use me. So you gotta find a way to contact me when you have questions. The biggest danger in an online class is sometimes students feel like they're teaching themselves everything. So I'll try to make myself as available as possible, and you have to find me and ask me your questions. The easiest ways to find me are email. My email is at ccunningham@elgin.edu. Ideally, this class, since it's 2023, we should have a class Discord. If you're up for being in charge of the Discord, let me know by email. Then I can send out an invite to everyone else. It's best to have a student be in charge of it because that way you can make secret channels that I'm not invited to. If you don't know what Discord is, it's fine. You can just go with email. It's no big deal. Office hours. All my office hours are in person. You'll get the details on D2L, but basically these are times that you can stop in person on campus if you're free those times and just ask me a question. Those are times I promise to be there. Finally, D2L, which is where online courses live, has discussion boards, and you can find me that way. So some combination of all this, you should be able to find me and ask me a question. I'm also grading your work, so you'll get feedback from me in that way. The one thing I'm not doing is I have not recorded the lesson videos for the individual sections. Another professor here at ECC recorded those. The way ECC online classes work is the math department all divided up all the classes, and we all recorded different classes. So I recorded all the videos for Calculus 3. Professor Dan Kernler is the one who recorded the videos for this class, so you'll get to use all his videos and all his cool stuff. So, yeah. Basically, contact me. I want to talk to you. My name's Professor Cunningham. Yeah. Okay. Next thing, I want to click around in D2L for a second. So let me make myself smaller. If you go to, you must have been in D2L to get to this video, probably. Maybe I emailed it. I'm not sure. I haven't emailed it yet since it doesn't exist yet. Anyway, D2L is at elgin.edu/D2L. It's where all of your classes will live. D2L stands for Desire to Learn. If you sign into D2L, mine is saved, but you'll have to sign in with your login and password. Then you should see all your classes. And here's our class. By the time you get here, there will be an announcement here, but for now, when I'm recording this announcement is not here yet. Basically, in D2L is where you get all the reference material. So content is where everything is that you're going to learn about statistics. Statcrunch is where you're going to do all your calculations. Quizzes is where you'll go to do a quiz when a quiz is due. Assignments is where you'll go to upload a file when you've done something. Discussions, I'm not sure how much we'll use it. If no one volunteers to be the admin of the Discord, then we'll probably have discussions in here. And then you'll always be able to see your grades up here. Let's just look in content because that's where we will find the syllabus. So there's a table of contents here. It's got all the course info, and then each of these units has a different week of resources. So the class is about 16 weeks long. It's divided up into 4 units. Before we get into Unit 1, we want to go to Course Information, and that's where the syllabus is. So now we're at syllabus. The syllabus has all the course policies. So if you're interested in, what do I do if I'm going to be out of town for a week? Or what do I do, how much are things worth? What's going on with the class? It's all in here. I think I downloaded it so I can show it to you bigger. Yeah, nice. So it has my office location if you forget where it is, so you don't have to scroll through YouTube videos. It has my office hours, when I will be in that office, so you can come find me. It has the details of the prerequisites and the software requirements. It has the IAI code. The IAI code is useful because it promises that if you transfer to any Illinois public school, any Illinois public college or university, they will accept it. Accept this class. And then it says what we're doing. It also has everything that's graded and how much it's worth. You don't have to worry too much about this right now. You can kind of go week to week as you go. But basically the weekly stuff is there's these understanding checks, practice assignments, and practice quizzes. So every week you'll do an understanding check and a quiz. And then the bigger things that take up more of the grade that only happen occasionally are we have a big project we're going to split up into 5 parts, and there's unit exams about every month. Then at the end there's a final exam. So basically, as long as you keep up with the weekly work and set aside some time each week to do the class, you'll be fine. And I'll send out announcements each week to make sure you're doing the right thing. And you can always ask me questions, which is why I led with hello, how to find me. Yeah, there's a lot more details here. We'll get into more of the details later. You can read it. Yeah, you can read it. I want to keep the video short. Okay, let's go back to D2L and look at Statcrunch. Statcrunch is the only thing you have to purchase for this class. You don't need to buy a textbook. We have all materials in D2L here that are available for you to use. You'll either use videos or reading materials, whichever one you like better. But Statcrunch is the one thing we need you to buy. If you click here on Statcrunch, I'm not signed in right now. You'll sign in using a Pearson account. If you've used a Pearson product before, like a MyMathLab or a MyStatLab, you can just use that account. If not, you register for an account here. Eventually you sign in. And the code that you can get from the bookstore will let you in here. Like at some point you'll have to pay for Statcrunch. You either use the code from the bookstore, or you should be able to buy it right on here, and it should be around $15 to $20. So if you find something that's $100, that's not the right thing. It should be $15 or $20. Once you get in here, you'll want to go to Groups and get into the group for this class. The easiest way to get into this group is to search it, which is MTH120 with no spaces. And the top one here is the right group. Now it says it's Professor Dan Kernler's statistics class, and I'm not Professor Dan Kernler, I'm Professor Chris Cunningham, but we're using all of Professor Dan Kernler's materials this semester, so this is the right group. You click it, and then you click Join Group. It says, congrats, you're a member. That's all you need to deal with right now. That's kind of like the prequel. If you get into D2L, you know how to contact me, and you've gotten into Statcrunch, then you're like ready to get started. Okay, so that's basically it. So what do you actually do to get started? What you do to get started is you get back into D2L, go to Content, and find the first week. Now, each week is under a unit. Unit 1 has week 1. You can click week 1 guide or week 1 resources. Either one's fine. The week 1 guide says everything that you're supposed to do this week. Now, my experience with online classes is that the first week, many students have problems with technology and problems with finding the class and problems with all of that. So technically, I've pushed all the week 1 due dates. I've like extended them all to next week. But you should still do them this week. Again, the biggest danger in this class is that you fall behind and don't figure out how to do anything and don't know how to contact me, and you feel like you're teaching yourself and then you just miss everything. So if you just do week 1 this week, then you'll be great. This lists everything we're going to do. You can either watch the videos or read the lesson if you're more of a reading the textbook person. If you want to do both, that's fine, but I would recommend picking one or trying out both in the first week and seeing which one you like better. This one says, then it says everything you have to do this week. So even if you missed this video, the weekly guide always tells you everything you have to do. It says like, sign up at Statcrunch, join the group, which I just showed you how to do. I recommend you watch the videos, take some notes, because you get to use your notes on all the quizzes in this class. So you want to take a few notes. Don't write down everything, because you can also use the videos when you're taking quizzes, but just take notes on like important words or important concepts, things you think you might forget. Okay, then each week what you have to do is an understanding check, which is linked here, and a practice, which is here. So an understanding check is like, as soon as you finish watching the videos or looking through the materials, then this is a quick like vocabulary quiz, basically, that you should be able to finish if you did that. Then the practice is all the practice homework for the week. Once you've finished that and like asked me questions about it, then you start the practice quiz. And this will be the cycle of each week. So every week has basically the same stuff in here, but for week 1, this is what you should do. Get into D2L, get into Statcrunch, do the first week of stuff, do the understanding check, do the practice, and then fill out the quiz. Technically the due dates are next week, but if you do it by this week, then you're actually on track, and you'll do basically this each week until week 4 when we have our first exam. So I think that's about it. Reach out to me if you have questions. Again, you can do that at ccunningham@elgin.edu. And I need a volunteer to be the admin for the Discord. Cool. Thanks.